There are no shortcuts to high performance and becoming the very best version of ourselves. There is no shortcut to a 42-kilometer distance. That's the correct standard, that a marathon is 42 kilometers in distance. There is no shortcut to running a 42-kilometer distance. You can choose to go through a route of your own choice. You can choose to go through valleys or go over mountains, across a rocky terrain or along a smooth path. But either way, you must cover a distance of 42 kilometers to be considered to have run a marathon. When it comes to achieving those goals that we know will take our lives to a whole new level, and we think of the time and effort we are going to have to put in, we start looking for shortcuts. How do I get those results I'm looking for, and how do I get them instantly? Especially in this time and age where technology has made life easier, better and simpler for everyone, but if we will be sincere, has also made us somewhat lazy. Everyone wants to hang out at the finish line without actually running the race. It's such an uphill task these days for we to give our full effort into anything, to get off the couch and exercise, to break out of our comfort zone, to interrupt our regular and easy routine. There's just an appeal to doing things that are easy and doing things that we already know. For the musician to play the same music that feels good and sounds good that they already know. For us to watch all those YouTube videos that give us that sensation of understanding, but we are never really learning anything. For us to always drive with the GPS on so we never get lost, but we also never learn the way. I believe strongly that this is the reason why we are always looking for shortcuts, because we are fixated on results. We want the results. We want the results the next person has or is having, and we want those results now. Sorry, did I say we want those results now? We want those results yesterday, and we want those results without having to put in the time and put in the effort, and without breaking or interrupting our regular and comfortable routine. But the truth is, if we are going to learn, if we are ever going to grow and improve, if we are ever going to get the chance at becoming an expert at anything, we are going to have to put in the effort. We are going to have to be willing to break our regular routine and get out of our comfort zone and fight through confusion, which sometimes can be somewhat unpleasant. One thing that I've discovered that helps though is that instead of staying fixated on the results, let's learn to enjoy the process. Let's learn to enjoy the journey instead of getting caught up in destination disease. Let's view the process of achieving those goals we want to achieve, those goals that we know will take our lives to a whole new level, like being at a party, where the goal of being at the party is to enjoy the party and not necessarily to get to the end of the party. You are there to take in the ambience of the environment where the party is taking place, to enjoy the food, to savor the wine, to dance and feel the rhythm of the music, and then to connect with every other person that is at the party, and not to keep checking our time and wristwatches to see when the party is going to come to an end. To view that process of becoming the very best version of ourselves as a party that we enjoy, where we enjoy and love the detours, where we view and accept pain, challenge and difficulty as a necessary and important part of the process as much as progress and growth. Because here's the thing, while taking a shortcut might look like a great idea in the here and in the now, in the long run it will come back to haunt us. When we take shortcuts, what happens is that we have circumvented the process of developing the strength of character that we need for future endeavors. And what happens is that our stories end up becoming half-baked testimonies, or like my pastor likes to say, testimonies. Looking for shortcuts is to say, I don't trust God, I don't trust myself, I don't trust the process, I don't trust the timing of my life. But here's the thing, getting to your destination sooner isn't always better. I like the way Steve Jobs put it, you can't connect the dots of your life looking forward, you can only connect the dots of your life looking forward. So looking backward, So you have to trust that somehow, the dots of your life will eventually connect. So the important thing is for us to trust God, to trust the timing of our lives, to trust the process, and to trust that God has made all things beautiful for us. It's not that I'm saying we shouldn't look for faster and more efficient ways of getting things and tasks done. What I'm simply saying is that if we are going to be the very best version of ourselves, if we are going to grow, if we are going to improve, if we are going to live a life of no excuses, if we are going to live a life where we break barriers, exceed our limits, crush our goals, and become those high performers that God has actually created us to be, we need to remember these following things. Number one, everything takes longer than we actually think. Number two, anything we lie and cheat to get, we are going to have to lie and cheat to sustain. Number three, taking shortcuts will get us to the place we don't want to be quicker than they will actually take us to where we actually want to be. And number four, the people that spend most of their lives looking for shortcuts are the people that end up being most disappointed and the least successful in life. Number five, let's just enjoy the wonders of our path instead of looking for shortcuts. And number six, if the activity is the reward itself, where we are delighting customers, deepening our learning, and doing our very best, then there is absolutely no shortcut. And then finally, but in no way the least, let's just avoid shortcuts. As simple as that. This was the simple advice that my father-in-law gave to us, his kids, and to his grandkids, that we should just avoid shortcuts, because here's the thing, avoiding shortcuts is the greatest thing that we can do for ourselves and the greatest legacy that we can leave for upcoming generations.